It's no secret that many in the corporate media, pundits and reporters alike, think the deficit should be an urgent concern in Washington. And when they talk about the deficit, they often mean cutting Social Security benefits. Now, the public doesn't like this idea, and neither do some politicians. So what is a Social Security cutting reporter to do? Well, you can make up a story that says politicians are starting to see things your way. That's what the Washington Post's Lori Montgomery did on March 25th. Under the headline, Democrats Splinter Over Strategy for Reducing Deficit, Montgomery claimed that, quote, Democrats are sharply divided over whether to tackle popular but increasingly expensive safety net programs for the elderly, particularly Social Security, close quote. Now, that would be a pretty important development. So who are these sharply divided, splintering Democrats? Montgomery names a few Democratic lawmakers, but they're pledging to leave Social Security alone. She alludes to House Democrats who say the same thing. Then she cites a right-leaning Democratic think tank called Third Way, who argue that some Social Security cuts are necessary. This is not surprising given the group's politics, and also not evidence that would support the point of her story. In fact, there's nothing here to support the premise of the article, but it had legs nonetheless. Post columnist Ezra Klein wrote a follow-up arguing that Democrats shouldn't be sharply divided on cutting Social Security. It would have been better to point out that this divide doesn't appear to exist.